Hey guys, this is Goku, and on this channel we learn poker whilst having a lot of fun. So today we're gonna continue playing on the GTO Wizard, and we're gonna play some spots versus our GTO opponent. We're gonna continue playing the MTT spot. So let's start it. Now we've opened ace queen off from under the gun +1. We got 3 bets to 8 BBs and from the cutoff. And what do we do here? Do we call? Do we 4-bet? I think ace queen off is a hand we'll mostly call, and on the flop we will check it. The cutoff checks as well, checks behind. We see an ace on the turn. Now, do we check once again, or do we bet here? Now I think we should often bet this ace. So the question now is how much? And 2/3 seems like a good bet, and we get raised by the cutoff. And what do we do now? Do we shove it? Do we call it? Can we fold ace queen here? Probably not. I wouldn't probably call this. I mean, the stacks are quite deep. We're gonna call this. 8 on the river. I'm gonna check. And we're gonna call the all-in. And GTO Wizard says it's a blunder because of the turn action. And yeah, the turn action actually says we should check 99.8% of the time. We should never, well, never say never, but we should rarely, if ever, lead out here on this ace with our hand. Makes sense. I mean, I would think if we're often gonna represent this ace with some other hands, then we should also do it when we hit, but maybe not. Well, this ace also hits quite heavily his range, probably that's why we should not lead out here. But okay, let's go to the next one. Cutoff pocket eights, we 3-bet them to hijacks opening, and we got 4-bet to 18. Now, what do we do here with our eights? I think we fold them or go all in, right? What does the GTO say here? I think it's gonna be 80-20, or maybe we sometimes call it here as well with pocket eights. I'm gonna fold it, and it's the wrong move. It's a 100% call. On 60 big blind stack, you 3-bet 8, You get 4 bet, mean 4 bet. You're supposed to call them 100% of the time. Let's try and play them from here. Actually, we call. The flop comes 5-5-4 with 2 spades. Hijack continues. And now what do we do? We just call or we shove? Let's just call. And on the 9 of spades on the turn, of course we gotta call as well. And that's actually a 97% GTO score. So yeah, and here on this flop it's like third of the time we call, third of the time we raise to 3x, and third of the time we go all in. Okie dokes. Let's go to the next one. 3 deuce on 3 big blinds is a fold. It's weird that it gives me these spots like 2 BBs or 3 BBs. 7-5 is an obvious fold. King 4 is a fold. Pocket sixes, we opened from the button. We got 3 bet. And we're gonna call it on 100 BBs. The big blind checks ace 8-6. Now, how much should we bet here with sixes? I think we should bet on the higher side. I'm gonna bet 18.4. We get called. Now a very good hand for a very good card for us. 8 of clubs falls in, and the big blind calls, checks. So do we go half pot here, or do we shove it? I think we're gonna go half pot, and the villain folds. And it was played well. No actual comments here from the GTO. We see on this flop it mainly favors half pot bet. Well, it mainly favors actually our 3/4 pot bet, but then it's similar, betting half pot, 40%, 40%, let's say 20% is betting a quarter. Good. Okay, now king 10 suited. What happened here? So under the gun opened with 3 bet, and then under the gun 4 bets it. And with king 10 suited, I mean, it's gotta be a fold, right? Yes, it is a fold. And 17.4%, it's a call. Okay. 7-5, we're gonna fold, obviously. 9-3, also a fold. And kings, obvious call. That's okay. Queen jack to a cutoff, all in is a fold on 10 BBs, and then king 10 suited on the big blind to an open from small blind is mostly a call, but sometimes a 3 bet. We're gonna 3 bet now. Small blind checks. We see a 10-5 deuce board. Gonna continue for a quarter. We get called. Jack of hearts on the turn. Small blind bets half pot. And now, do we call it? Do we raise it, min raise it, or do we shove it? I think we mostly call it. Let's call it 7 of spades on the river, and small blind shoves 46 for 2/3 of the pot. And I think we gotta call it, right? Yeah. And the villains unfortunately got king jack suited. Let's see here. Pre-flop. The more frequent play should be to just call it instead of 3-betting. We 3-bet 20% of the time. Then on the flop we chose the most frequent play. Half pot is the second most frequent play. And then on the turn a call is 100% play. And then on the river we should call 61% of the time, fold 38% of the time. So it's pretty much 50-50, well 60-40 between calling and folding. And that would be it. We played 13 hands with a GTO Wizard score of 79%. Wow. And total EV loss of 2.7 BBs. Cool. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I certainly enjoyed playing on this GTO Wizard, GTO trainer, and I'm definitely gonna do that soon again, so stay tuned for that, and I will see you then. Bye.